We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. Well, quite a lot has happened since we were on the air last time when the Orange Man issued his meme coin. Now, let's review. First of all, everyone expected the Orange Man to take his hand off the Bible, get sworn in, and pump their bags. And that didn't happen. And that was never going to happen. Okay. The good news is that the fact that both he and his wife did these meme coins is a very powerful signal. And I think it's an even more powerful signal that you haven't heard anything from Michael Saylor, which means I think the strategic Bitcoin reserve is being queued up, because normally Michael Saylor would be incessantly bull posting, and I haven't seen it. So I think the strategic Bitcoin reserve is happening and everyone is selling the fact. I think these meme coins that were issued by the Trumps could become money one day. And as with all these meme coins, whether it's WIF or SKI or any of them, they're not worth anything unless you can buy the dip, right? In other words, they run up, right? The project sells, everyone sells, the Jeets sell, the Jeets get caught, it pukes either 62% or it goes all the way back down. And then these things are off to the races. Coinbase, how far do we have to come on Web3? Some people say it was Solana. Sometimes I think some actor did something to Coinbase to stop that thing from going to $100 billion. Because when they release all that money from Coinbase, I just got done with a meeting trying to figure out how to buy it when it was down, right? There's Robinhood, there's Moonshot and MoonPay. You know, with Trump, you can buy it directly, not investment advice using a debit card. Be careful with that. And then there's Melania, which allows you to use Jupiter to buy Solana with cash and then swap into her coin, which retraced 76% of the move, will go over the charts. So everyone wants to sell. Everyone is bearish. Everyone thinks it's sell the fact. It's not. I mean, I don't think it is. Now, what may be a sell, unfortunately, is that Web3 is not off to a good start. Right. That may put brakes on the market for 2 days, but I'm okay with breaks on the market. It's just more time to figure out what you want to do next. This goes for Bitcoin, any of these American-made cryptos. I mean, when you see the Orange Man, when you see Carrie Underwood singing, you know, America the Beautiful, when you see the shots of him behind that Oval Office desk, you don't think this strategic Bitcoin reserve, an American-made crypto thing is happening? It's happening. It's happening. Okay. He's talking about 25% tariffs on Canada. Personally, I think that's a little crazy. But if we're doing that, we're doing Bitcoin. We're doing all of this. And that doesn't even mention what Melania was wearing today. I have a great kind of meme tweet that we found. Love it. Love it. And this like Solana Coinbase outage, even though it is frankly embarrassing for crypto, may actually wind up being your friend in terms of BTFD. Okay, let's welcome who's here. Miklo, what's going on? Colby, Javier, welcome. Jav, Grayson, Dominic, what's going on? Thomas, Matt, Maxwell, Monkey Squad, Bill for president. Dude, I would so do it. I think they should call me for the Fed, but, you know, who knows, right? Justin, Avi, holy schmoly, right? Avi, Elena, M. Yes, we can definitely help everyone calm down. Taz Pinball, your bass hurts. Can't believe I just read that. Dude, I love the name. Waiting for the executive order on the Bitcoin reserve. Elena, Red Beer, right? Top, Teresa, Lisa. Wow, we got a lot of people here. SG. Chris Black, Dana, East Alien, Broken's World, Ian, Seabass. What's going on? Maxwell J. All right, people, let's go. Okay, so play around and find out, right? Canada threatened the United States today, said that, if you do anything to us, you won't be able to sell your goods here back and forth. And the Orange Man is doing what we discussed on Friday, but I can go into more in-depth detail. Let me take this off. No, actually, know how I always joke about the one chart market update? Here's the one chart market update. When you know your husband is about to destroy the people who raided your home. Okay, so let's take a brief moment to review some of these Orange Man power plays over the last couple days. So you pay $1 million to go to a crypto tech party, and you think because you donated your $1 million that you own the Orange Man kind of thing, right? All these tech bros. Okay. So they're all at the party, and while they're at the party, you launch a meme coin, and they weren't in on it. They didn't know anything. You just were like, yeah, by the way, we're launching a meme coin. Make sure your phone's charged. Hopefully you had Solana in a hot wallet. You know what I mean? So he just told them that I can do this without you. You listen to me or I'll do it without you. Or I'm doing it and you should follow me either way. Then to further shock the world, they do it for his wife, which makes sense. I think his wife is just as memeable as him. There's all this complaining about no women in crypto. And if that is not a power outfit or a power suit, I don't know what is. It's like they just told you. I mean, I know it's not proper language, but they basically told you, fool around and find out. So if these people say they're doing it, they're doing it. And the fact that they issued these meme coins and literally, I don't know if they broke Coinbase or somebody outside broke Coinbase to keep everybody from doing this meme coin, because I still think those coins could become money. I mean, you have, again, back to the one chart market update. I'm sorry. I just have to go through this. You have paper money in your wallet. You have paper that has a picture on it of a great American, but it's a deceased president from 100 years ago. So you have paper money that was printed with the dead guy on it. Now we're offering you digital money that can appreciate in value. They can print it, they can issue the supply, but the capital appreciation that you can get, especially since people don't seem to get it, is substantial. It's obviously a lot more than the eroding purchasing power of the green paper in your pocket. Not to mention, there's hundreds of millions of dollars from like noobs that are buying it and never selling it. So you got to ask yourself, what does it mean for these coins? They might make it, they might not. But did they not just demonstrate that A, all of crypto is too cheap because of the valuations that they achieved, and B, we need to fix Web3 right now? I mean, the guy that run BitGet was like, wow, I just watched all the money leave my exchange. I got to get Web3-ish. Be a great idea if Solana worked, and Coinbase needs to stop dumping SPX 6900 on everybody's head and fix their computers, whether it was a bad actor or not. I mean, that is ridiculous. 24 hours to get $50 out of Coinbase. You can't get a hold of a rep. You get nothing. That's why I think you got the dip that you got in these coins and the market. When all this money comes flooding into the market, when everyone goes, oh my God, this is where it was 2 nights ago, I think people are just going to pile back in. And you know what? If it doesn't, okay, I can wait. I can wait, because guess what? He's back behind the desk again. You know what I'm saying? He's back behind the desk. This is not theoretical anymore. This is happening, right? He's just going to sit there and sign things for 100 days. Next. And then he's going to pose for, then there's the picture posing process. That's not going to happen today, but people in crypto are so absurd. Like it's supposed to happen immediately. Like, oh, I'm long and you owe me a bag pump. Stop the business of the United States. Don't bother talking about anything else. Just please pump my bag. It doesn't work that way. And listening to the crypto influencer crowd whine about the market being down because these coins were issued, this happens all the time in legacy. You have a big IPO or a series of big IPOs, and the market has to move up and down as people do asset allocation. So what? Is this not memeable? This is not memeable, right? She can't get on Twitter and do first lady stuff in these outfits all day. And then the orange man is self-explanatory. People thought that the other Trump coin was going to achieve stratospheric valuations. It's affiliated with him, and World Liberty is using the proceeds to bull post the market, and people still don't get that. This is reflexivity at its best. The meme coins go up, World Liberty makes money, they buy the market. Michael Saylor buys the market, the states buy the market, the governments buy the market, the corporations buy the market. Who's the seller in this scenario? The only seller I see are the Jeets that are dumping these Trump coins because maybe they got too excited and bought the high. That's all. I mean, so can we have volatility? Yeah, because, Solana couldn't handle the volume and Coinbase, Coinbase needs to get their act together, obviously, right? We can't have Web3 and we can't have everyone coming into crypto and then having a bad experience and then expecting to have no volatility. That said, these things are temporary setbacks, hacks, computer outages. It doesn't matter. I remember I used to work for Schwab. Systems used to go down. It was an absolute nightmare. They went down, they went down, they went down. There were so many people trying to buy at certain points. It just broke everything. You know what? That didn't deter anybody from the stock market. Okay, back to the orange man. So 25% tariffs. Hello, Canada and Mexico. You know what? I have some things to say, and you're going to listen. Now, personally, I kind of hope that it forces Mexico to deal with the border situation, and I hope it makes Canadians patriotic. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, this thing that happened up there with Trudeau was crazy. Like, that almost became an East German dystopia. I know nobody knows what East Germany was, but that was crazy. They had thought crime up there. I would rather have a bunch of Canadians angry at us, waving the Canadian flag and hockey sticks, being strong Canadians, than what was going on up there before. Again, the orange man is not playing around. Okay. Now, some people in this group may or may not be religious. When you have somebody who thinks that a higher power saved him in order to execute his mission, even if he's 78 years old, let me tell you something. He's going to do what he said he was going to do. Okay. And if these meme coins don't prove that to you with the power move at the party and Melania with this suit, I mean, wow. Executive order putting Elon in charge to redeem himself for his absurdly insensitive remarks about the labor market. Again, Vivek went on a permanent vacation and Elon is just going to indiscriminately go after these hedge funds that are short treasury bonds. Right? I mean, did you see Elon when he mentioned Mars? He was like, yay. I mean, it was, I have colorful words to describe it that I would probably get fired for using. I'm just telling you right now, if Elon thinks he can cut government spending and go to Mars, it's going to be ruthless. This is going to allow rates to come down and the dollar to come down eventually, right? They got to stop the government spending, right? That brings down inflation and that brings interest rates down dramatically. By the way, everyone thinks that he didn't mention Bitcoin. He actually did the night before by talking in the third person about himself and the Trump effect on Bitcoin. that it made new high after new high after new high. And people think he didn't mention it. Also, the fact that Michael Saylor hasn't said anything means the strategic reserve is coming. In fact, Michael Saylor told you it was coming because he had an orange cummerbund and made sure you saw that picture. And that was the last thing you saw from Michael Saylor. They're doing this. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. They're doing it. They go radio silent before it happens. And he told you about it before he got sworn in. But he's careful about bull posting it once he's in office. That makes sense, right? He did the meme coin and bull posted it before he got sworn in. And now no one says anything because it's official business. And we don't do insider trading. Nancy Pelosi does all that. I'm sorry. That's just a joke, right? They don't want any appearances, this is my opinion again, of impropriety. To commemorate the inauguration, the hedge fund is buying $47 million of everything. Or 47 or 4 million, right? 4,700,000, etc. Right? Like the meme coin feeds the hedge fund buys the market. It's called reflexivity. It goes up. People think it's positive. It goes up more. The Soros guy that's advising them, they're being advised by a Soros hedge fund manager from back in the day. This is a reflexivity loop. And people in crypto are complaining that their bags went up and down as they did this asset allocation. This is the type of thing that has to happen in order for the market to go to the next level. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of this. I mean, I knew he was going to do something, but I had no idea. The level of sophistication here is unbelievable, which is why people don't understand it. It's just understandable. Okay, so yeah, Arkham, World Liberty, market buy. Dollar falls after Wall Street Journal report that Trump won't impose tariffs on the first day. So the euro and sterling were dramatically oversold. They're nuancing this tariff thing. They're going back and forth. The dollar needs to go lower. Like, I don't know. The orange man gets sworn in. The currency adjusts. Carrie Underwood singing America the Beautiful. I mean, I listened. I watched as many. Like normally when they have these like events, you know, the president has to go through all these formal things, all these bands play. I listened to every single band. Now, you may like the Orange Man, you may not like him, but it was a very patriotic American thing. We're all a little bit down in the mouth, a little bit too much. So let's get the currency to adjust. Let's get capital markets functioning. Hey, let's issue some new money. We have dead president money versus alive president money. We have paper that you can print versus digital that, you know, the supply will increase. Okay. You decide what you want to do with that. Right? Everyone's like, oh, I wish I could have bought Bitcoin back in 2013. Bitcoin back in 2013 was considered an irresponsible, stupid scam and waste of money. Sound familiar? Sounds like crypto YouTube about these two political meme coins. Just saying. And of course, if I like the political meme coins, this is not a show about that. It's that I love the rest of the market. Like if the political meme coins don't die, the rest of the market's going to the moon. It's just a question of how long does it take? That's all. As the Fed continues to run off its mortgage-backed securities holdings, there's less incentive for banks to make loans. People, the currency and the interest rates don't work. So they just invented a new currency. Canada said the response to Trump tariffs will be the single largest trade blow to the U.S. economy ever. So you're going to have a lot of volatility in stocks and FX. Whatever you've seen for the last 3 days, that is like the common cold. Like you saw a range for 8 months. This market did nothing but grind down. It was horrible, right? Ranges breed ranges. Volatility breeds volatility. So guys who just like, you know, they can identify a range and they 5X lever along the bottom and they 5X short the top and they just fade all the emotional moves. We may be in that environment. We may be. I mean, it would have been off to the races if the Coinbase and Solana or however that all worked. I mean, if that had worked, I think this thing would have just gone. It would have been gone. It wanted to go. But, you know, that was that was what it was. But it's not like it's not going to happen. You're just going to have a lot of volatility because, all this talk that the orange man does, he uses it as leverage for art of the deal, but it just creates volatility in markets. And when there's too much volatility, he'll announce the strategic reserve. That's how it's going to work, right? He told you that by what he did with the meme coin. That's how it's going to work. It's going to come out of nowhere. So the debt ceiling crisis is back. They've left him with a mess. That's not new, right? But it's true, right? And hence the outfit from Melania. I mean, they're pissed. Wouldn't you be? Okay. Crypto longs and shorts liquidated in this market. $1 billion. This is why I run this show like I'm running a crypto mutual fund. I want to be incessantly bull posting 3 days in front of a bottom. The rest of the time, I want to stay involved in the market, and you can move assets around as you have to. If you got to go to some cash, protect yourself, hedge, or whatever. But everybody is trying to 75x leverage trade this market, and again, smoked. And they're losing capital that they could be investing in Cardano. Let's not use the meme coins because then it turns into people get the wrong idea. Cardano, XRP. I mean, I got something here that, Hedera did a made in, here it is. USA House is here at Davos. The World Economic Forum, we're doing Hedera made in America. Oh my God. When they announced like no transaction tax or, everybody who works at this company can hire people, no payroll tax, whatever. I mean, this guy is just, he's going to like, yeah, I want it. I want it. I mean, did you see him tell people that we're taking back the Panama Canal? I mean, that sounded like the 101st Airborne was on their way. When this guy says we're doing it, we're doing it. Right. And everybody in crypto Twitter thinks that it's a joke. They can continue to think that. That's an opportunity for the rest of us. Bitcoin is the next evolution of money, specifically fiat to Bitcoin, right? In other words, we got all these payment things in the middle. I mean, what's the difference between Trump and Tether? Well, Tether's backed by treasury bills, but do you know exactly how? And does Tether have star power? Now, probably not a good comparison, but I want you to start stretching your mind, because if you can get your head wrapped around the meme coin, even if you don't do the meme coin, because I haven't done it yet. I waited for the 62% retracement, right? So if you can get your head wrapped around the power of the meme coin, then Cardano and Hedera don't look like altcoins anymore. To me, they look like traditional investments. They issued the highly speculative coin and made everything else, wow, Web3, yeah, we need that. I mean, my God, that was probably that was like, I don't know. I mean, the Bitcoin ETF, Michael Saylor breaking us out at the all-time high at 20K. I mean, name a moment that was bigger than that, especially a bullish moment. Like, there were tops like the Bitcoin futures contract in 2018 or the Coinbase IPO, all these things that dumped the market. This was enormous, right? And everyone acts like it's a 2-day thing. It's not. It's going to take the whole rest of the market with it because of this. Okay, so the orange man is signing 200 executive orders. Again, people think he's kidding. He's not. They had to do all this before they got in office because there'd be conflicts of interest, obviously, after he got in office. He doesn't want to get in trouble again. However, notice the silence on the Bitcoin strategic reserve. The less they talk about it, this is contrary thinking. The less they talk about it now, the more likely it is later. Everyone was like, my fellow Americans, we're mooning your bags. Isn't that great? No, that's not what they're doing. They did that 2 nights ago. They let you buy it with a debit card, for God's sakes. The less they talk about it, the more likely it is. That's my opinion. They forgot to say what's good for memes is good for Bitcoin. Yeah, well, I didn't, bro. So love you, CZ, but I didn't forget to say it. Right? What's good for those coins is good for the market. Those coins are now market leaders. Remember how I'm always telling you the speculative stuff leads the market? Guess what? The speculative stuff is leading the market. And here we go with more high IQ crypto trading. XRP whales are preparing to sell. So it goes to $3 in 2018. It does nothing for 6 years. Gensler tries to run them out of town. Now they're going to take the $3 and go home. Okay, well, I mean, if you got bills to pay or you got to free up capital, you want to buy some Bitcoin, okay, maybe. I get it. But everybody's in a big hurry to sell. Everyone wants to sell. Everyone sell the fact. Like a hedge fund, if 2 years ago, 3 years ago, if you had said a hedge fund connected directly with the president of the United States, run by his family, was open market buying crypto and Gensler was gone, what would you have said? You have said, oh my God, Chainlink must be at 100. ETH must be at 7,000. And Solana just barely broke its 2021 high. So what? Right? Everyone wants to get off the train in XRP. They just don't understand what's about to happen with Ripple. Like Ripple used to be the Achilles heel of XRP. I used to make fun of Ripple. It's like, this is all centralized, blah, 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 blah. Dude, marketing matters. Like watching Vitalik buy Pepe and, do a whole bunch of irrelevant stuff while, Solana is going crazy. Like Vitalik couldn't take advantage of the fact that Solana and Coinbase failed. Marketing matters. They have marketing and everyone's selling. It's insane. It's insane. It's a $10 coin. I thought $4 was the XRP target by June. Like the first turn in the market, XRP is going to go right to $4. But the people who are in it, the crypto native people, are scarred and bearish. When Stan Druckenmiller got hired as an 18-year-old, the boss that hired him said, I want an 18-year-old. I want someone who doesn't have scars. He looked at a certain situation. He did this trade. Everybody thought he was out of his mind, and it was a huge winner. Huge winner. Okay. Right. So it's a Coinbase issue, not a Solana issue. Thank goodness. Okay. It's not Solana's fault. Solana Web3 has pushed our infrastructure past what it can do. Okay. Boys, we got a lot of work to do on Web3, so hopefully they just get to it. Charles Hodgkins reminding you this is why we did whatever we did on our layer 1, so this doesn't happen, right? This will never happen again. Never, right? Because Coinbase is going to get a call from the president of the United States, and I cannot believe I am the only person to see Melania's coin run the stops at the 62% retracement at $5, run it all the way down. I want to say, I don't know why they do 78. I like 76. Boom. $3. And if you liked Pudgy Penguins at 3 billion, which I did, now I realize the fully diluted market cap stuff on this is a little hard to deal with, right? But memes move on attention. And this could be accepted as money in blue-collar hair salons, barbershops, whatever. There are a lot of people who fly flags and have Trump decorations on their big pickup trucks. This could be money. I'm just saying. I know that's crazy, but, I do crazy. Google search volume for buy crypto and buy Solana went massively higher before Coinbase broke. Solana breaks every record on trading. And we're all bearish now, by the way, because our bags didn't go straight up. Okay, Melania is coming to Kraken. Like it's funny. You go to certain exchanges and you're shocked as to how little choice you had because of Gensler, right? They've recently added all these like big cap memes. I don't know, folks. Like your meme is this, this, or I'm here because God wanted me here. Those are your meme choices. This and this versus turtles, frogs, whatever we've been doing. I mean, you got to seriously think about this. And this, again, puts Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Web3 infrastructure. What else doesn't work? Could we really run something the size of Twitter on Farcaster? I don't know. I don't think so. We gotta get with it. Like right now. Trump meme coin bulls on alert as indicator hints at rising selling pressure. Okay. So yeah, that got a little overdone at the top. All they did was show you what valuations could do. What could they do? Binance executive said, I would love to serve my country again. Dude, we would love to have you. Trump-linked crypto platform does $100 million. ETH layer 2's about to hit a brick wall. God, are they ever going to get it together on ETH? There's this coin Omni that aggregates the layer 2s almost like Polkadot. And I'm starting to wonder if Polkadot can be used to sort out this problem because Polkadot 2.0 was supposed to be about massive transaction throughput. I don't know, man. Can we launch? Can we do this cross-chained? Can they take the supply and launch it on multiple chains? I don't know. But I do know we're doing Web3 after this because this is embarrassing. The Orange Man's, Brian Armstrong is like, hey, man, we launched a meme coin. Can you explain to me why your customers can't buy it? Because they're calling the White House switchboard because your customer support's not picking up. That's not going to be a good conversation. But when they fix it, it's crazy bullish because Coinbase comes out and says, well, I'm real sorry about this. We'll not only let you get your Solana out, but we'll just list it directly. My attitude is I got to get it before that happens. Okay. Let me see if I got more on Coinbase here. Okay. 200 executive orders in one day. What a freaking stud. Wait until it's time for the Bitcoin strategic reserve. You just wait. Okay. Solana bags record daily fees amid Trump meme coin frenzy. A start of a new regulatory era. Do you have any idea how long we listen to, well, I can't buy crypto, or I can't do this, or I can't get up in the morning because I don't have regulatory clarity? Gensler carries a box out of the back of the SEC as the Orange Man hits the button, unbeknownst to his hoity-toity tech guest. Is that regulatory clarity? Like, hi, I'm launching a meme coin the day before I become president of the United States. What is not clear about that? That we are going full Wild West because we got a $37 trillion problem, an empty treasury, a corrupt system. You want regulatory clarity? You just got regulatory clarity. And I'm listening to everybody on crypto Twitter that hated Gensler complain because they had to deal with 3 days of volatility. What are we talking about? Ether drops to a 4-year low. The good news about ETH is that eventually pain will wake someone up over there. I think Vitalik should just get on a plane and look at the Orange Man and goes, how can we help each other? You're long ETH. I'm getting my butt kicked by Solana. How can I help you? Or what resources can I get access to that would help me build this thing out? I mean, I know ETH is not made in America, but we're not doing Web3 without ETH. Or are we? Right? Maybe he's going to give all the resources to the guy from Cardano. I don't know. But ETH needs to get its act together. Everybody needs to get its act together. Right? I'm sure they're sitting around at Cardano or Avalanche and going, wow, if that kind of volume hit our network, what would we do? You don't think that conversation is happening? Oh, I bet it is. If I was running any of these organizations, I would be on the phone with the CTO first thing in the morning and go, okay, we simulate this wherever we are, centralized exchanges, whatever. Can we handle it? We can't buy and sell in the age of AI. Wow, really? Bitcoin surges to 109K. Okay, it would have gone farther. Really, it would have. It seriously would have. Solana's TVL goes above 10 billion. First time since pre-FTX. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Holozone. The Eagle King showed me this. Coming soon to a theater near you, digital holograms of famous people that talk and interact with you. Just in case you think that this is all over, it's not. The AI trade, that is. Right? Which is why, believe it or not, learning how to invest, trade, and speculate, whether it's this or whether it's Bitcoin, matters. It matters. Okay. Let's do some live TA. Some, right? Because, there's a lot of volatility. Bitcoin, I think it's really about 100, right? They're going to slam it back and forth between 99 and 109, according to this DeMark chart. That seems to make sense to me. Okay. Sort of surprised that Cardano is not holding a bid, but, if this Solana thing sours everybody, maybe you can pick up Cardano at 90 cents, or maybe they're just thrashing it back and forth. Like maybe it's time to go to 90-minute time frames, right? If you go to a 90-minute time frame, they're about to sell Cardano into support, which again is an opportunity, right? Hedera had a 13 bottom on a 90-minute chart on this huge spike down. God, that's so radical that they're sitting here watching the 90-minute chart of Hedera. How they want to buy this stuff. How they want to just buy it all. Okay. Solana, kind of like the 9 bottom at 230. If this is not a Solana problem, if the Coinbase dimwits are the ones with the hardware problem, then the whole world is going to want to buy Solana in 2 days. Because, when the meme becomes what's Melania's outfit of the day, or what children's hospital is she at, or what's the Orange Man doing, or, I mean, the Orange Man, when he was president, I mean, it was like ongoing theater on Twitter. It was like, oh, what's he going to do today? I have no idea why anybody thinks that's going to change. I mean, I'm sure it'll be, it won't be as crazy or not. I don't know. Right. I do know that, Solana has done a kind of a 50% retracement. And if they run stops down to 220, that could be a buy, or it could be a buy right now because everybody's been dumping Solana because they think it's their fault. And it's not. It's not. Right. Let's check QNT. Okay. And then we'll look at XRP. Let's look at XRP. XRP back and forth, right? These 13 tops on these 90-minute charts. The good news is they're out of the way and they're probably about to run stops and sell XRP right into support at $3. So nice of them. Okay, I figured out how to get virtuals up on this. You got a 13 and a 9 bottom at a 4-hour chart, and they're relentlessly selling it into support. Like, personally, when it comes to memes after seeing this Trump thing, like, I know we like ski mask dog, and I'm not going to mess with the fundamentals on that. I mean, that's what our guy thinks. So that's what our guy thinks. But outside of that, like, you're going to talk me into doing large cap dogs and cats? Oh God, hell no. Like 146 million for a meme coin is not a lot. Thanks to the orange man. So, okay, if you want to do this, we can do this. Why? Because we're at the 62% retracement of the overall up move. So if we're going to have a dog coin, okay, this can be your dog coin, but are you going to have 20 dog coins on Solana? I don't think so. I think Solana just became like, I don't know, like the US Mint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but you got to think, you got to ask yourself, like, remember the manias around like Whiff and Bonk and stuff like that? Remember that? Like, how crazy people got about those coins? People, these are coins, right? These are the original coins, like gold and silver coins. And, when you have like the Canadian maple leaf that has Queen Elizabeth on the back, right? I'm a little rusty on my navigation, but if you could buy a piece of gold with a leaf on it, would you buy a digital coin with her picture on it? It's a question. It doesn't mean I know everything. It doesn't mean I'm right, because when I'm wrong, I get smoked. But we got to start thinking about these things, right? We got to start thinking about it. Everyone's like, oh my God, I love meme coins, but I hate these meme coins because these meme coins made my bags go down for 3 days. Gotta be kidding me. And this whole AI trade, like, he's not only going to do the strategic reserve, dude, but he's going to invest in AI like you don't know. He's not, I mean, if he wants the Panama Canal back from the Chinese, who basically control it, what do you think he's going to lose the AI race with all these tech bros whispering in his ear? You got to be kidding me. So this whole AI agent thing is about to become huge. And my old boss, I saw him on LinkedIn, and he's right. AI agents are not only going to be epic in crypto, they're also going to be epic in the real world, right? I mean, nobody's going to, software. So you have one software engineer doing an entire department's worth of work by the end of the year. So if you have 100 software engineers, your software engineering capability just 100x'd, literally. That's how I would think of it. And then we're selling virtuals. We're selling everything into 13 bottoms. This is on a 4-hour chart, for God's sakes. I mean, wow. Let's pull up Arrow. Because, wow, I said Coinbase needed to get its act together now. Oh my God, what a public relations disaster. And everyone is selling. Now, okay, everyone is selling base coins. All right. So at the moment, it's bearish. But it's, but Arrow's been worse. The volatility in Arrow really isn't that bad compared to what we've seen. It's stable around $1.10, which is fine with me. They got the tactical 13 top out of their system. I'm okay with this. Still got the 13 bottom working here. Just, it's a little wacky. I hope we don't have to do 90 cents again. But even if we did, they have to get it together. It's not optional. It's absolutely not optional. Web3 became not optional today. With Gensler gone and the president of the United States queuing up the Bitcoin strategic reserve, because after all, he's just kidding about this whole thing, right? He's just, God put me here and I'm just going to sign things. Whoop. But I'm kidding about made in America cryptos. Wait till every Bitcoin miner in the planet has to move here. Wait until that happens. I don't know how they're going to do that, but they can do it. They can do it. Telling Americans when they're pissed off that they can't do things never works good. That never worked out good for anyone on the other side of the trade. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're fixing this problem. We're fixing this problem. We're invading Europe. We're invading Europe. It's happened before. We had a $37 trillion problem. Do you want to get in the way of an American that knows the history of how we deal with big problems? You don't have to like us. And I'm not saying it in a way where I'm trying to like impose my view on somebody, because I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you from a macro point of view. The guy isn't kidding. He just isn't. So the most important thing to remember about Bitcoin is that a week ago, every dimwit that was an expert thought this was a top. And guess what? It wasn't. That's a very important thing to remember. Now, are you going to have volatility here? Probably. Probably. But at the moment when you don't, because remember, the Bitcoin ETF opens up tomorrow. The Bitcoin ETF. Now, I thought they were going to run these guys. I think that's what they were trying to do last night. They were going to run these legacy guys off the planet. That's why there was panic buying last night. People were like, oh my God, the herd is coming. We have to buy everything. I think these guys if they got short, because they love getting short, I don't know why, but if they got short here, they're going to get a little gratification, maybe, and then they're going to get smoked out. This guy that is advising Trump knows how to get the market offside, so how to get the maximum bang for the buck out of every announcement. Again, the meme coin, the suit that followed, come on. I mean, sit there and look at me through the camera and tell me that, this is like, tell me you just launched a meme coin without telling me you just launched a meme coin. This is not an accident. This is not an accident and is not fully understood at all. Okay, so embarrassing day for Coinbase. Good. Now they have to get it together. Okay, so let's end off with the only thing people care about, and I don't blame them. Okay, so Melania at the 76% retracement. I mean, folks, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. This is like where it was issued. Like, I'm not paying attention to market cap here. I think when it comes to AI valuations, like if you looked at stocks like MicroStrategy or NVIDIA, and you're like, oh, the valuation, blah, forget that. Forget that. Everyone's a tokenomics expert. That's last cycle. Think like an 18-year-old. I can have dead president money on paper that can be printed, or I can have real president money and first lady money for my woman or my sister or a friend of mine. 62% retracing. Remember, folks, sometimes this gets lost in what I'm saying. The essence of technical analysis is understanding the nature of the price action. People think technical analysis is a tool for levered 75x trading, and it is, because there are guys that are just, crazy good at that. We have some of them. But the real essence is, can the chart tell you the story so you can understand how to invest? Okay. Now, Trump. So here's the game with Trump. We now know that the 62% retracement is at 30. So one of two things is going to happen. Either it never gets to 30 because the whole world knows it, because again, this is like raw animal spirits. To hell with the valuation. This is just the animal emotion of the market, which makes it perfect for TA, right? I can't wait till this gets on centralized exchanges, because I'll eventually get the DeMark work and the Lux algo. This is either not going to go to 30, or when it does, they're going to run stops. I think they just attempted to run the stops and it didn't work. But you don't know, because again, most of the action in this is overnight, right? All the Americans are like, What's going to happen? Then we all go to bed. Then they get everybody out and they start moving it around. So this is like ironically, the American meme coin action is probably going to be in Asia and London hours. The bottom line is this. I think, between 30 and 35 and between 30 and 25, you got to take a shot, because this is where the banana singularity started, right in this area. So they just washed out everybody who got in late on debit cards, and those people probably aren't selling. See, this is the thing about Trump that people don't understand. I remember, Trump was extremely unpopular. He wasn't unpopular. The people who liked him were unpopular. Like, if you put a Trump sign in your yard 3 years ago, you got your house vandalized. There are people who are going to buy this coin. They're going to buy it. They're going to DCA. Then they're never selling. Like the people who bought the NFTs, they're never selling. Money, it's coming in. It's not coming out. The Trump people are not Jeets. I mean, obviously, you got people trading this because of the volatility is huge. I get it. But Trump people were willing to get their yards vandalized to fly the Trump flag or wear the red hat. The red hat's cool now. It wasn't cool. Like, you would get in trouble for wearing that to work 3 years ago, regardless of the affiliation of the organization. So if you think the people who are into this are all of a sudden going to be not into it and move on to the next thing, oh no, I disagree. We'll find out. Between 35 and 30 and between 30 and 25. And if they run stops and the market's volatile, good. You cannot have upside energy. You cannot have a banana singularity without volatility. And volatility, like, if you hated the range, this is the opposite. This is just stomach churning. Oh my God, stop fishing. You know what? The Soros guy may have World Liberty, push it down, run the stops, and then bring it back up again. That's what I would do. I would flush everybody out and get everybody like, oh my God, it's all over for Trump coin, and then just whoosh. Because World Liberty's got enough money to be able to move it around if they want to. A lot of people aren't thinking about that. Like I said this earlier, what happens if this is the new dollar and World Liberty is the new Fed? I mean, that sounds crazy. And if that's true, then you better watch out in the rest of the market, because World Liberty is going to bull post it and buy it. And even if it's a small amount, they're sending psychological signals. I mean, a hedge fund run by the president's sons buying the market actively and no one cares. It's because people haven't been around for the history of the market, but that's fine. I was, so I explain it to you, and we'll see if I'm right. All I know is this. You have the euro, the yen, sterling, Swiss franc, Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, the major currencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Trump, Melania. Sound ridiculous? Good. Most good research ideas are. That's the market update for tonight. We will see you tomorrow.